Children, let us see now the next chapter, natural resources. Now let's recall what is meant by natural resources. Now the resources found in nature are called as the natural resources. Now give some examples of the natural resources. Now the natural resources are plants, animals, then air, water, soil. All these are the examples of the natural resources. Now we get many substances from the nature. They satisfy a variety of our daily needs. Soil, stones, mineral, air, water, plants and animals on the earth are all various kinds of natural resources. So these are all the examples of the natural resources. Soil, then stones, minerals, air, water, plants and animals. Now what is meant by lithosphere? Now lithosphere means Now, what is meant by lithosphere? The Earth lithosphere is made up of land and hard crust beneath it. Lithosphere is not homogeneous, but it is made up of various types of rocks. Now, resources in the Earth's crust include minerals, ores, mineral oil, and other fuels, rocks, water, elements, etc. Now we know that the metals are obtained from their ore by extraction and purification. Impurities of sand and soil in an ore are called as gangue. Now that gangue, it consists of rocks, stones and minerals, then sand and soil, they are also present. And then then that also is this one impurities of the sand and soil in that ore, that is called as the gangue. And this ore consists of what? This gangue as well as the compounds of those metals. And then by processing that ores in a industry or in a minerals, they are ore is processed and then the metals are extracted from them. Now, minerals and ores. Mineral wealth has an important place among natural resources. Minerals are formed by various processes taking place in the environment. The rocks on the earth are mainly made of minerals. Now, these minerals can be obtained by mining. Only a few metals like, for example, gold, silver, copper, platinum, and bismuth occur in the free state in the nature. So majority of the metals occur in the form of compounds. Now minerals that contain a high proportion of metals are called as ores, and the properties of the minerals become clear from their characteristic color, luster, hardness, shape, cleavage or fracture. And now why are all minerals not ore? Now all minerals are not ore because minerals contain a high proportion of metals are called ores. Now majority of the metals occur in the form of compounds called ores, but all minerals are not ores. Few metals like gold, silver, copper, platinum and bismuth occur in free state in nature. So all minerals are not ores. Then what is meant by metal mineral and non-metal mineral? Now metal minerals contain metallic elements in their chemical formula. So they are called as the metal minerals. For example, iron, copper, gold, silver, etc. They contain metal in raw form. Non-metallic minerals do not contain metal elements in their inorganic chemical formula. Example, clay, diamond, dolomite, gypsum, mica and quartz. Now, how are minerals formed? Let us see now. Minerals are formed from the magma in the earth's crust and the lava from the eruption of the volcanoes when they cool and get transformed into a crystal. Minerals are formed when, for example, here this magnetite. or mica. These are the examples of the minerals which are found by this method. Then minerals are also found when solid crystals remain behind under the process of evaporation, halite and gypsum. Then minerals get transformed from one form into another due to large changes in the temperature and pressure, diamond and graphite. Then some living organisms produce inorganic materials, conches, shells, etc., formed for the protection of the body. Now, this classification of minerals according to the properties, they are of three types: non-metal minerals, metal minerals, energy minerals. Now, non-metal minerals examples are mica, sulfur, gypsum, potash, graphite, diamond, and feldspar. Metal minerals examples are iron, gold, silver, tin, bauxite, manganese, platinum, and tungsten. Now, energy minerals are coal, mineral oil, and natural gas. Now, these gems and gem-like minerals you can see here in the picture. Some important minerals like diamond, ruby, sapphire, emerald, jade, zircon are used as gems. Gems are in great demand. Now, do you know that the deposits of the common salt, they are also found in the earth? Yes. So this salt is called as the rock salt, and it is used in the food and in some medicine. Now, Indian School of Mines, Dhanbad, was found in 1926 to impart education in mining. So this institute now been converted into an Indian Institute of Technology. Now let us see some important minerals and ores. Now first we will see about the iron ore. Now iron occurring in the impure state is called as iron ore. Iron ore is used to make a variety of articles from pins to heavy machinery. For example, farming implements, rails of railway tracks. The four main ores of iron are magnetite, hematite, limonite, and siderite. Now, manganese occur in the form of its carbonate, silicate, and oxide. Compounds of manganese are used in the preparation of medicines and for giving a pink tinge to the glass. Manganese is also used in electrical appliances. Now bauxite. Bauxite is the most important ore of the aluminium. It contains 55% aluminium. Bauxite consists mainly of aluminium oxide. Aluminium is a very good conductor of electricity and heat. Its density is low. Therefore, it is used mainly in aeroplanes, transport, vehicles, and to make electrical wires. Copper is found in the impure state in the vicinity of the iron and other minerals. Copper is a good conductor of electricity. Therefore, it is used to make electric wires as well as in the radio, telephones, vehicles, and for making kitchen utensils and statues. Then mica, it is a bad conductor of electricity. Its value depends on the thickness of the layer. Mica has many uses such as in Ayurvedic medicines, dyes, electric machines and equipments, wireless communication equipments, etc. Now, how did the various ages of the prehistoric period get its name on the basis of the use of the metals? So this I'll show you a video one day. Now next we will see what do you mean by the fuel. Now what are fuels? Now various substances used in day-to-day life for generating energy are called as fuels. Now which natural resources do we use as fuels? We use coal, mineral oil and natural gas as fuels. Now fuels are found in the solid, liquid or in the gaseous state. Now let us see this coal. Now millions of years ago, the forest got buried underground as a result of the certain natural events. Layers of the soil kept getting deposited over them. The very high pressure from above and the heat from the Earth's interior slowly transformed the buried plants into the fuel. Coal was thus formed from the remains of those plants. That is why coal is said to be a fossil fuel. Now, coal is found in mines. Peat, lignite, brown coal, bituminous coal, and anthracite are the various types of the coal. Anthracite is the coal of the highest grade. Coal is in a way a storehouse of carbon. It is burned to obtain heat energy. Coal is used as a fuel. It is also used as a fuel in thermal power plants as well as to run boilers and railway engines. Coal is also used as a fuel for cooking and for baking bricks in kilns on a large scale. The gaseous fuels, producer gas, and water gas are obtained from coal. Coal as an energy resource contributes greatly to industrial development. So now millions of years ago, how were mineral oil and the natural gas formed? Now look at this figure here, millions formation of mineral oil and the natural gas. Now millions of years ago, here there were many aquatic animals in the river. Now then thousands of years ago the number went on decreasing, and at present nothing is there. So what has happened? This one here, so this is here, so the oil and the natural gas corporation ONGC was established on 14th August 1956. It functions under the Ministry of Petroleum and Natural Gas of the Government of India. ONGC is the largest oil and gas research and production company in India. Its head office is at Dehradun, Uttarakhand. ONGC provides about 77% of the crude oil and about 62% of the natural gas produced in India. Of the 7 commercially important underground oil reserves in India, ONGC has successfully explored 6. So let us see now about the mineral